So another interview on Tenniszoo.com from Tipsy Terrace, Tenerife. And today we're very lucky to have one of the village's leading tennis players, John Harris, aka John the Fireman. Welcome, John.
Thank you, John.
Now, question number one. How many years have you been coming to Los Gigantes, and how on earth did you find it?
I've been coming for 13 years. I didn't want to come to Tenerife originally, but I was forced to come, and from the moment I stepped off the plane, I loved it. And luckily, 13 years ago, I hired a car, drove around the corner and saw those beautiful cliffs. And then I saw the tennis courts, and I just knew this was the place for me. And I've been coming twice a year, every year since then, and I love it.
And for you, the tennis obviously is very important.
It's just, apart from the sunshine, it's the single biggest thing, yeah. Not only the tennis, but what a great crowd of people come to Tipsy Terrace as well.
Yeah.
I've made 100 friends, John, since I've started coming out here. In fact, more than 100 friends, and all really lovely people, just like yourself.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, you're AKA John the Fireman. I presume you used to be a fireman.
Yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago, but yes, I did my 30-year stint as a firefighter,
and as in America, where they have, I believe, the lorries or whatever they call them, fire trucks, have ladder numbers or whatever. Did you have a number? Were you in a...
They were designated. I was on Foxtrot 1,
Right.
Foxtrot 2, Foxtrot 3.
And that
Number 3 would be a turntable ladder, which
Right.
goes 120 foot up in the air to
And that
rescue
was based
people.
where?
That was in Gosforth in Newcastle upon Tyne.
Right, and that's
a
where
very
you-
busy
yeah.
brigade, yeah.
And that's where you come from?
I come from Newcastle.
Right, yeah. So you support Newcastle Football Club?
For my sins, I do. Not a happy place to be at the moment, and we lost again last night to Stoke.
Yeah.
And we're well and truly entrenched in the relegation zone, but
Right.
I continue to be an optimist regarding the black and whites, but
Right.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, now, when you're here in Tenerife, do you tend to go around the island at all, or do you tend to stay mainly in Los Gigantes?
When we first came, we explored the whole island, and every part of it is really beautiful, right from the north to the volcano to the Mascot Trail. Every aspect of it is gorgeous, but
Right.
we now tend to centre on the tennis club, and we barely go out of the village. Everything we need is here, so
Yeah, right.
we've done all the sightseeing. We now play tennis every day.
Now, a little bit about your tennis back home in England. What age did you start playing tennis?
I started playing at school, I guess. I played all sports, football, cricket, volleyball, the whole lot, including tennis. I did sustain quite a bad knee injury, which stopped me playing football and probably stopped me playing cricket a little while later. So I concentrated on tennis, and to be honest, John, I've been playing for virtually all of my life,
Yeah.
and more so now. And I've found that despite the bad knee injury that I still have,
Right.
particularly playing doubles, I can get away with it, and I can hobble quite quickly, as some
Right.
people say.
And what is the highest point you've ever achieved in your tennis career, apart from playing in doubles against me?
Well, I don't even want to think about playing again.
Back
I did
home.
win the club singles championship twice or 3 times, I think, but that seems like a long time ago.
And that club is called?
That's Collingwood Club at Tynemouth, which was a lovely, friendly club with the most fantastic, not quite as good as the views at Los Gigantes, but very nice views of a ruined priory and a lighthouse and Collingwood Monument. But
And that's where you play now?
no, I play indoors now.
Right.
I'm a proper softie. I only play indoors at David Lloyd on a beautiful carpet with some very nice people.
Yeah. And now my final question, which I always ask everybody: if you could think of one thing that you think would improve tennis back in the UK, what, in your opinion, would that be? Could be anything.
Well, coming from the north of England, there's for probably more than half of the year tennis is unplayable outdoors. I guess just more indoor courts as a fallback position. There's very few indoor courts in the northeast. Probably that would be the one thing that would springs to mind immediately. So
Right. So
indoor
more,
courts.
So more indoor
Yeah.
facilities. Okay, John. Well, thank you very much for this interview from Tipsy Terrace. And by the way, when you came here, it wasn't Tipsy Terrace, was it?
It wasn't. It was
The Los Gigantes Tennis Centre. It's been certain
by
things
Adam
in its
Wilde.
time.
Yes,
That's right.
It's
but of course,
changed considerably since
but it's
then.
now
It is now
obviously
the centre of
superb.
the universe.
Exactly,
now,
the centre of the tennis universe in Europe.
It
I think.
is indeed.
Very unique place.
It is
Very
indeed,
unique.
and I love it.
Thank you very much for the interview, and enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thanks, John.